Hi everyone, it's Lisa. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to be working with this traveler's notebook. This is an American Crafts traveler's notebook. And I'm also going to be creating a spread in this traveler's notebook using the Stamps of Life April 2021 card kit. I'm finding that the last couple card kits, the sentiment dies that are in there and some of the products that are in there, I just feel like they lend themselves well to memory keeping. And before I continue, I do want to mention that I recently put out a video giving you an introduction to traveler's notebooks, just letting you know what they are, what you can use them for, and different ideas and ways that I use traveler's notebooks. So in case you missed that first video, please look down in the description box because I will have a link to it below and watch that if you're unfamiliar with traveler's notebooks. So as I mentioned, I'm going to create a spread in this traveler's notebook, and I mentioned in my previous video that if you have always wanted to do scrapbooking, but maybe you find that doing a 12 by 12 layout is very intimidating for you, using a traveler's notebook insert to create some memory keeping on here is a much simpler option in my opinion. So here I just took out my insert out of the traveler's notebook because it's just hooked in there by an elastic band, and those inserts slide in and out, so when you finish one insert you can replenish with a new one. And I'm using this paper from the Stamps of Life. Remember this paper pad? This is from the April 2021 card kit, which is the Remember This collection. And I want you also to notice I did put some clips on the notebook just to keep it open while I work with it. So the raindrop strip I cut down to 4 by 6.5. The pattern paper pad is not long enough to fit the entire page of this traveler's notebook insert. So what I've done is I just cut the raindrop pattern to 6.5 inches tall, and then I just took a piece of mint chip cardstock from the Stamps of Life, and I just cut a very small piece of it. It's 4 by 1 3/4, and I'm just going to attach it on the back side with some double-sided adhesive tape, and then that will allow me to have it fit the entire height of that traveler's notebook insert. So here I'm just laying everything out. I am going to be bringing in this bird bath. This is one of the bird bath die cuts from the paper pad. I'm also going to be bringing in the bird, and if you don't have the actual bird bath die cut, maybe you used them all, or you don't even have the paper pad because you can possibly use any other paper that you want, there is a matching stamp set. It's called the Bird Bath to Stamp, which is the Stamps of Life Club set for the month of April. So you can also stamp out the image, color it up, or just use the dies and die cut it out of solid color cardstock and have your bird bath. So the word die that was included in this month's card kit is called Remember This. And when I saw that, I immediately thought it would be great for memory keeping in a traveler's notebook. So that is what kind of made me think of doing a layout in here, just to kind of show you that you can use this for memory keeping as well. So these bushes were part of the bird bath. It's the More Bird Baths to Stamp set. So what I did is I just stamped them out, colored them up with my markers, and I'm just layering them to cover up a majority of this green cardstock because I didn't want just solid green cardstock showing at the bottom. I wanted to have it look like it was in the grass, or something to add some dimension and something more to this layout. So I just put some tape runner on the back of those and then adhered those. Now if you want to see how I color those up, I do show that in a previous video where I made some cards with this particular set. So I have a couple videos using the bird bath set, and I can link those below as well. And that bird bath to stamp set also comes with some birds. There also comes with some butterflies, and these are actually the die cuts from the paper pad, and that's what I'm using because I had a whole bunch left over after I did my 10 cards 1 kit video for the Stamps of Life card kit. And if you missed that video, I will also link that down below. So this particular part of my left side of my spread is complete. So I'm going to go ahead and insert this into my traveler's notebook. So I'm just putting some 1/4 inch double-sided adhesive tape onto the back of that, and then I'll just peel off that adhesive backing, and I'll just add that to the left side of that traveler's notebook insert. So now I'm ready to move on to the right hand side of this spread. So I have this piece of blue cardstock. This was actually a scrap from the pattern paper pad, and that blue strip measures 2 by 6.5. And then I have a piece of solid cherry cardstock that I will be layering underneath my daughter's picture, and that cherry cardstock measures 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So I'm just going to kind of layer it underneath it. Rather than normally when I do cards, I will put it exactly underneath it so that their border shows on all 4 sides. But this time I'm just going to have it show so that pink cardstock only shows at the top and at the left side of that picture. And then I'm going to add the chipboard word smile also from the card kit. Now my intention when I first thought of this layout was that I was going to stamp out the stamp set, There's Always a Reason to Smile, and I was going to mask off the word smile and then put the word smile there in the chipboard on the opposite side of the page. Well, I planned this a few days prior to actually making the spread, and as I was making the spread, I totally forgot that I wanted to mask off the word smile. But nevertheless, I think it still looks cute. I do add a butterfly extending from the end of the E, and then I will add a bird up there at the top right-hand corner of her picture. Now, if you wanted to, you can put the date on here, which I think I'm going to go back at a later time and add the date of this picture. If you want to do a little bit of journaling, there's plenty of white space on that right side of the page to do some journaling. But I just want to show you that now I can insert that insert into the elastic band in that traveler's notebook, and that spread is complete. So I would love to know your thoughts on these types of videos. I know they're a little bit different than what you're used to seeing on this channel, but if you like this sort of thing, I may continue to do this in the future. So I'd really appreciate a thumbs up if you did like this video, and also consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.